Hello and welcome to the BAHS Pulse podcast. This is our first episode of the year. I am Greg Spencer, the director of ArrowVision, and with me here today is our student hosts, Bianka Reeder and Avi Harjo. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Well, why don't you tell our guest who we have on our listeners who we have on the show with our guest today?
Alrighty, we have Miss Kristy Smith and Mr. Sean Brannon. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Right?
I'm good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's really cool having you guys on here because I know a lot of students will get like intimidated, I guess, or nervous around administrators, but Broken Arrow definitely has the greatest administrators for sure.
Thank you.
It is actually really nice because you can have like an intimate, like good relationship with your administrators here.
No, yeah, for
And
sure.
like casually see them the whole way passing and just be like, hey, I like that.
We try to reach out to students and get that relationship, but nobody likes to go to the principal's office sometimes.
You're like, scary.
Alrighty, so I'm going to let you guys kind of introduce yourselves, kind of how you got into Broken Arrow a little bit.
So I started my career at Moore Public Schools at Moore High. I was there for 3 years, and then I went to Tulsa Public Schools, and I worked at Will Rogers. At the end of my time there, I got into administration, and then I moved from Will Rogers to East Central High School. And then in 2014, I came to Broken Arrow Public Schools, and I've been at the high school, and I've been at the Freshman Academy.
I started my career 30 years ago in Oklahoma City Public Schools and even went to Texas for a little bit. And then I was in Norman for the last 14 years before I came here. And this is my third year here at Broken Arrow High School.
Alrighty, that is crazy how long you guys have been working in education. Did you guys always know you wanted to be in education?
I did. My whole family's in education. So I kind of grew up in my mom's English class and my dad's history class, and they both coached. So I was on the field and in the gym all the time. And that's kind of what I just knew that's what I wanted to do. And so I've taught and coached, and then now I've been an administrator for, 14 years. Gosh, that seems like a long time, doesn't it?
So my family was also in education, and when I got to college, I was very resistant to the idea of going into education. Then I got about halfway through when it was time to really lock down my major, and I realized that education was really where I wanted to be. And I, like Ms. Smith, I've been coaching, I've been a classroom teacher, and so I've been an administrator. This is my 14th year as an administrator.
That's crazy.
You guys are both.
Yeah.
So do you guys start off
You guys are both what? Did you want to finish that sentence?
You guys are both 14.
Were you going to say they were old?
No, they're both 14 years in administration. I just thought that was.
So
I'm
did
like,
you guys did you guys start off as teachers and then become administrators, or how does that really work?
Yeah, I started off as a teacher. I taught special education, math, and so I started out teaching, and then about 2 years in, I became a coach. And so then I coached primarily the whole time that I was teaching, coached girls basketball and softball. Loved it. Actually had my administration degree for years and years and never used it because I just loved being in the classroom and teaching, and then I loved coaching. I mean, it was just, close to my heart. I really enjoyed it. So, Sean, what about you?
I taught U.S. history before the Civil War, U.S. history after the Civil War, street law, world history, government, contemporary affairs. What else have I taught? I think that may be all I taught. I coached for several years. I started coaching basketball right out of college. I was an assistant. When I was at Will Rogers, I eventually became the head basketball coach there, and then I became the athletic director. But I taught all through that. I taught all the way up until the fall of 2009. That's when I became an administrator.
Alrighty. I think that's really cool that you guys were coaches.
And very versatile.
Yeah.
Big range.
I never would have expected you to be a history guy.
Yeah, I didn't presume that either. I was like,
Alrighty, so I'm gonna ask you just a couple little questions kind of about BA. While you've been here as an administrator, what would you say you've accomplished here?
So I feel like what I want to accomplish every year is just building relationships with the students. I want them to know that this is a place that they can come and be safe at. I want them to know this is a place where they can come and learn. And I want them to know that this is a place where there are people that care about them.
I definitely feel the same way. It's all about our relationships with students and our own faculty
Yeah.
and staff. And I'm a big believer in the power of positivity, and the way we go about things and the way we do things makes a difference. And so, like you said earlier about having that relationship, that's the biggest key for me, because when you know somebody cares, it makes all the difference in the world. So
I've definitely noticed there's like a different approach this year, like the little dogs in the hallway. Like I love that. Like I can tell administration just really cares about the student body.
Yeah. Alrighty, Avi, do you have any questions that you would like to ask them?
Okay, I want to know when or which class was your guys' favorite to teach?
My favorite class would have been U.S. history post-Civil War.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the 20th century portion of that, where America was becoming a superpower.
Yeah, when you're not like in the Spanish were coming here.
mine is Algebra 1. It
Oh.
was the best.
Really?
Absolutely loved it. Yes.
Fundamental class.
Oh, it's awesome. Slope, systems of equations, solving equations. That's my jam.
Bianca's like,
I am not a math girl. That is
more importantly, though, we need to remember that they were two high school kids once upon a time as well. What was your favorite class to take when you were in school?
My favorite class through all of my high school years was biology, taught by Mr. Keith Mather. Just a great guy. Made class really enjoyable, and he actually left the teaching profession and became a doctor.
Mine had to be math, but my second favorite was being on the newspaper staff. That was really cool. I really enjoyed doing that and being a sports editor. So
Yeah, that sounds super cool. Okay. Kind of continuing with a blast from the past a little bit. What was your favorite high school memory?
winning the state championship my senior year and having high score in that game.
What sport did you play?
Girls basketball.
Did you? What did you go here in Oklahoma or?
I graduated from Carl Albert, and we were the first state champions in any sport for that school. And of course, it was us girls, and we won state in basketball.
That's
senior
super
year.
cool.
Miss Smith, was that 6-on-6?
Yes, it happened to be 6-on-6. We did go 5-on-5 the next year. Y'all don't have to go back and figure out what date that was.
We're like-
Okay. It was a long time ago, but nonetheless, my name is still in the state book
Yes. Yes.
and will remain there. So
My favorite high school memory is probably kind of overarching through the 4 years. I got to play basketball for my dad when I was in high school, and especially it really means a lot now. He lost him several years ago, and I'll always have those memories of getting able to play for him.
Yeah. So, graduating from high school, what is one memory you could give to some seniors out there?
Memory or piece of advice?
Piece of advice.
advice.
Like, what's a good piece of advice? Because, I'm a senior and I'm struggling a little bit already.
I think my biggest thing is you don't have to have all the answers. It's okay. And, you're not in this alone. Yes, it's your career or your choice on where to go or what to study, but it can change, and that's okay. And there are people out there that if you just reach out and ask for help or guidance, that are there to help and support you. And I hope that's what we do here in our, counselors, our teachers, our administrators. I hope we're showing that, it's okay to try something new. And if that's not it, try something else. But there's always going to be somebody there that can help and guide you. And you don't have to have all the answers right now.
What about you?
A couple things. One, seize the day as a senior. Get out and do all the things.
Yeah.
Be involved. At the end of the senior year, though, you don't have to have your life planned out. Everybody moves at a different pace. Like with me, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do until I was already 2 years out of high school. before I decided what it was that I wanted to pursue. So don't be in a hurry to plan your life.
Yeah, that's really helpful because I know the thing I struggle with right now as a senior is that it hasn't really processed yet that I'm a senior because, we go to school for what feels like forever, honestly. And then, you see like class of 2023 and you're like, oh my gosh, that's next year. I'm going to graduate high school.
And I'm an underclassman and I'm like, it's impending doom.
And yeah, time goes by so quickly.
The days go slow, but then you look back and the month is gone.
No, yeah. It's like, oh, I really don't want to go to English right now. I'm not feeling it today. And then, it's going to be like.
Sophomore year felt like it dragged, but now looking back, I was like.
It's going to be January and it's going to be like, oh my God, where did the time go? But yeah. Okay. So we have a little game for you guys. It's called What's That Lingo? So you guys are going to be guessing some of the lingo or the slang terms that us teenagers use in 2020.
Can I FaceTime my sophomore daughter?
Can I phone a friend? A fun twist on this may be for you guys to occasionally interject and give them what would be like the replacement lingo for when you were in high school.
Yeah, you're like, this is how I would have used this.
Because I literally in the press box last Friday night during the football game, I used the word crunk. And I got made fun of because this girl acted like that was the oldest word ever. And I was like, come on, it's not that.
What is crunk?
We'll move on to the next one.
Proceeding. I know what it is, but moving on.
Alrighty, so are you guys ready for the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, the first one is I'm weak. What's the first one?
That seems pretty self-explanatory. I'm not
Find
where
it.
this is going.
Here, try to use it in like a sentence.
Try to define it and use it in a sentence.
Can I use it in a
Can you
sentence?
use it in a sentence?
Yeah.
No, the game is that you use it in a sentence.
Yeah.
Like give your guess.
Here, on the first, I'll give you guys a sentence.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that joke has me weak.
That was so funny. I'm weak.
I'm weak.
So
Are we being
I would have to
sarcastic?
say I would have to say that that means the joke was good and it's got you in a place where you're just like, wow, that was a good one.
Yeah. What do you think it means?
Probably the opposite. That was about the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It actually typically is like that was a good joke. Like I feel like
Yeah.
it's really serious.
Alrighty. Do you want to?
Yeah, our next one is what's the tea?
That would mean what's the gossip?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right on.
That's pretty popular. I feel like you guys hear like a lot of us students going around being like, "Oh my gosh, girl, what's the tea today?"
Our follow-up one is salty.
Angry, mad.
He's
Oh my
salty.
gosh, I didn't think you guys would
Yeah,
know
you guys are kinda
these.
good at them.
Mr. Brannon's on a roll.
Mr. Brannon's good at this. Yeah.
Okay, this next one might trip you up a little bit. Hopefully, it's low key.
Or
Low key means not getting excited about it. You're just kind of being chill about it.
The interesting thing about low key is you see people on Twitter all the time using it and they're like, low key this, low key that. I'm like, it's not that low key when you're putting it out on social media.
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of just like on the low.
Yeah. Okay, you guys have to get this one. It's goat. You guys have.
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Sorry, Miss Smith.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
She's
You're
like,
on a roll.
She
You
knew
just
that.
keep going.
5-0 Brannon.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon and I are on the same team, so team admin.
Okay, our next one is snatched. Just
Can you use it in a sentence?
It's turned into a spelling
that's
bee.
hard.
Yeah.
Snatched. Used it in a sentence.
Oh my gosh, you look snatched at Hoko.
Yes, that's a good
That's an
one.
example.
That's a good sentence.
I'm gonna say it means you look good.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean,
You
I
guys are
kind of
getting
fed
all
it
of
to you guys,
these.
but
Well, the older you get, when you can put things in context, it really helps. So the sentences help.
Alrighty, what do you
I
guys
thought
think?
snatch was more about like stealing something.
That's what,
it's like
that's what I thought back to one of my previous schools I was at.
Alrighty, what do you guys think fam means?
Family.
Family.
Yeah, a little bit. Most of the time when
I think it's
We're
actually
fam.
not.
yeah,
Maybe this is me. I think fam is like your like non-literal family. It's
yeah, like your
"What's up,
closest
fam?"
friends. Yeah,
Like,
Chosen
or
family.
your-
yeah.
Okay.
You're basically a family at the end of the day.
But also, like, my actual family, I feel like I'm tight with them, so they're also my fam.
But you're probably not going to call your family fam.
Yeah, it's like a gender neutral bro.
I was gonna remember, like,
That's what it is. Alrighty, and the last one is Cap.
Cap,
Yeah, Cap.
I would say
This is where the Jeopardy.
Oh my
music
gosh,
is.
did we actually
No,
find one? They don't.
Cap, as I knew it, was getting shot.
Shot. Yeah.
Oh.
You got Cap.
Yeah. Or you had a yeah.
Cap means
No.
like lie. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're so capping.
cap,
You're,
no cap.
Yeah, no cap. Like, oh, you're
So it
capping
means
right now.
lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
it means
capping is lying. Like, are you capping?
Oh,
No cap.
Yeah.
No
Never
cap.
heard that
that's
one.
a new one.
What's okay? You guys did all of them. You guys did a lot better than I thought you would actually.
Before, not to interject, but before we let them go, do you guys have any questions for the students about particular, why they're in ArrowVision or things like that, or how their year's going?
I do. What is one of the things that you really enjoy about BA? About this particular high school?
With me personally, this is my first year of ArrowVision and photography and yearbook, and this year I finally realized is that with your classmates, you really become one big family. And I feel like at a lot of schools, you don't really do that. You don't get super close to people like that. And like it's like one big family. And I know I will have these friends for life.
So they're fam.
Yeah, there's a fam.
For me, I'd also say probably like the arts and stuff. Like, I love Broken Arrow. I love everything to do with like Broken Arrow's arts department. Like Pride, I'm not in Pride, but I'm obsessed with Pride. I'm a show choir student, and I'm like breakfast and lunch show choir. One of those people. I've been in and out of like theater, and I also love the academics. Like, there's some really good teachers here. Like any of the AP teachers, they know what they doing.
Oh, absolutely. That's been one of my favorite things attending here is that I have been very blessed to meet some of these teachers because they've almost been like second parents to me. Miss Smith, she teaches fashion design, and I don't know where I would be without her. She's just given such good advice. She's such a good teacher, and she's an amazing person. And she's given me advice that I'll probably take until I'm like 30.
And
honestly.
even
But
like
not
the rest
31.
of the teachers, I feel like as long as you show them respect, they will show you respect, and they will treat you like
Absolutely.
their priority. And I love
Absolutely.
So you're junior, you're senior, 9 weeks in to those years. What's your favorite memory so far of this year?
Would you like
This
to go
year.
first?
that. I might need a sec.
Okay. My favorite memory so far, it has to be working the football games. I've been given so many opportunities when it comes to that, and it's made me discover that this is what I want to do out like when I graduate high school. And they're just so fun, and seeing everybody's just expressions, the jungle and the coaches and the players and even the adults that come to watch the football games that don't attend here anymore. Just seeing all of their reactions and their expressions it's really heartwarming. And yeah.
For me, I'm actually probably between A, the jungle, which I thought was a really good take, or B, we actually did like a teacher performance for show choir. I don't know, you guys were probably there, right?
Yeah.
That one was really fun. Like,
It was really good.
I think that wraps up our time. So thank you guys so much
Thank you for
for
having us.
taking the time out of
you.
your day. I know you guys are super busy. Administrators, you're always doing something. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come join our podcast.
yeah, it was real nice having you guys.
Thank you for the invite.
Of course, of course. You can come back anytime.
Yeah.
Be careful saying that because we would.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. That's all the time we have for this episode of the BAHS Pulse podcast. Make sure you're subscribing to us on YouTube and Spotify and all the places that you can listen and watch these ArrowVision podcasts. We'll see you next time.